Welcome to the Colorado Lounge, the show where we slice into cinema one film at a time. I'm Dylan, and today we're answering the phone. Because this week we're talking about Scream, Wes Craven's 1996 horror classic that didn't just revive the slasher genre, it completely reinvented it, for better and for worse. You'll see why in the future why I think it was really for worse. But, and I will be looking at Scream. Sorry, it's my first episode. Hi, everybody. Hi, if you're actually finding this, and this is my first video, thank you. Hi. But I'll be looking at a Scream movie every week for 6 weeks, because 6 weeks from now, Scream 7 will come out in theaters. Yay! I'm actually really excited. I'm really excited for Scream 7. And I won't look at that until it's out, like, on digital or DVD or whenever I personally buy it, because I want to talk. I will have like a little short video of my out of theater reaction of it, but I don't want to have the biased opinion of seeing it in the theater and right after doing an episode, because obviously I will like it a lot more when I just saw it in the theater than just sitting at my home and be like, hey, okay, cool. And just to get this out of the way, and yes, I am reading from a script. I wrote this like a week ago. So there might be some, this is my first episode, okay? I just want to get this out of the way right now. Full spoilers ahead. There's nothing that, if you haven't seen Scream, first of all, what the hell are you doing? And second of all, pause this, go watch it, and come back. It's a great movie. I love it so much. I'm literally starting my my whole thing with Scream, even though there's nothing. I mean, maybe this. Oh, that's not in the frame, is it? Oh, I have the "Was Up" mask from Scary Movie right there. So yeah, but we're going into the killers, the twist, the meta commentary, and why this movie works 30 years later. Like, it's literally this December, it'll be 30 years since the movie. So, grab your cordless phones, lock your doors, and ask yourself one very important question. What's your favorite scary movie? That was my Ghostface impression. Was that good? Probably wasn't. Not very good. So as good as my Vecna. Stay tuned for possible coverage of Stranger Things. You'll hear a voice then. So, set the stage. It's the mid-90s, and horror is not kind of, it's dead. So let's see, 96, what just came out? So especially slashers, like you have Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, aka Jason on a boat for half an hour, then they just filmed in Vancouver, except for one shot in Manhattan. That's actually the best shot in the movie, and best shot in the series, in my opinion. Halloween 6, which a lot of people hate Halloween 6. I don't like the theatrical cut, but the producer's cut, I love it. And yes, when we cover Halloween, and yes, we will cover Halloween, you can tell by my background, freaking love the first movie. And it's even right there, the VHS is right there. And there will be 2 separate episodes for the producer's cut and the theatrical cut of course Michael Myers. Now, it's not the case for like other ones like Halloween 2 or the Rob Zombie movies or Halloween Kills, because those are like minor changes. Like, it's easy to be like, this is the difference between the two. They're 2 completely different movies. And Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy has gone like full Looney Tunes sketch comedian. It's a boy. Freaking hate Part 5. You'll see why. Of Nightmare, not Scream. So my answer is retired. Studios retired. Then along came Kevin Williamson and his script titled Scary Movie. Not that Scary Movie that you're thinking of, even though I do love that movie. Originally, Scream was called Scary Movie, which they wanted to change. And then the same freaking film studio made Scary Movie. It was self-aware, self-referential take on slashers. And And, like, eventually, it lands in the hands of Wes Craven, the guy who helped shape the slasher genre with Nightmare on Elm Street in '84. Which is freaking wild. Because initially, Craven wasn't sure if he wanted to do another slasher, because obviously he already made a great one and another great one with Dream Warriors. I freaking love Dream Warriors. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, if you know. Watch Nightmare on Elm Street. Once he read the script, he realized that this wasn't just another slasher. It was a commentary on all of them. And literally everything from Halloween to Prom Night to freaking Terror Train. Terror Train! You probably haven't even heard of that movie. But now we're getting into full spoilers. So if for some reason you didn't click off when he says spoiler warning, one, hey, there's gonna be spoilers in this episode. What? Alright? 3, 2, 1. Last warning. Click off now because, ready? Drew Barrymore dies within the first 20 minutes, not even of this movie. So I have to start with the opening, because honestly, it's one of the best openings in film history. Not just horror film history. I love this beginning. So Drew Barrymore answering the phone. That's how it picks up. It's a bright kitchen. There's popcorn. Feels safe. And the conversation between this mystery caller and her starts getting weird. Because not only is he calling back and saying, oh, I keep getting the wrong number, he's getting a little... How genius this freaking movie is that how casual he is at first. Like, he isn't just immediately like, oh, I'm gonna gut you like a fish. But he's playful. He's actually kind of charming, not gonna lie. But the line that I get chills at every single time is, because I want to know who I'm looking at. Oh! And, like, she goes full, like, what the hell? And the line that gets me is when he says Blondie. Because obviously, like, someone could call and be like, because I want to know who I'm looking at. But the fact that he says Blondie and, like, and it's like a voice that she doesn't know. Because it is a real voice. Like, it is a real voice. There's the dude that voices him. It's actually really good. But, and, like, boom. Steve, her boyfriend, is tied up outside. And then he gets gutted. And her parents pulling up. And Drew Barrymore, her name is Casey Becker in the movie. Like, she's getting chased, she's getting stabbed, and, like, she's literally feet away from him, and she can't talk. She's, like, trying to scream for them. But they can hear her, and, like, they're just going inside like nothing. And I love that they killed Drew right there. Everyone thought she was the lead. And originally, she was. But then she went to take Casey to be like, oh, no one is safe. We thought she was going to be the lead. It's not like boring, like, they're getting a hot star to do this. Oh my god, what? She's dead. And so after that, we meet our actual protagonist after a title card, which is a really good title card. I actually really like it. But Sidney Prescott, played by Neve Campbell, who is... I love her as Sidney. I actually don't know if I've ever seen her in anything else except for Scream. Well, I mean, obviously the sequels, but, like... Was she in 6? Oh, no, I'm rewatching these one weekend. So, okay. But, and Sidney, she's such a great final girl. Because she's not naive. She's not naive, and she's not like, oh, everything is so perfect for me. Kind of Laurie Strode. And I love Laurie Strode in the first Halloween. But when you just keep repeating her and repeating her and repeating her, it gets boring. And even though half of them are played by Jamie Lee Curtis, she's traumatized. Her mother was murdered a year earlier. Hashtag plot point. Not really, but yeah. That trauma is like baked into the story. This isn't just some random killing spree. It's personal. Like Jaws the Revenge. This time, it's personal. No, I will probably never cover the Jaws series. So I love the first one. 2 is good. And the rest is just bad. Then you've got your supporting cast. Gale Weathers, played by Courtney Cox, which they didn't want to hire her because of Monica Geller and Friends. But then she proved herself to be the Gale Weathers during an audition, and she's so good. I love her. But she's a reporter who is not the greatest person. She's not nice to her cameraman, Kenny, who I feel so bad for in this movie. Like, like Justice for Barb from Stranger Things. I might get a shirt, Justice for Kenny. But yeah, Dewey Riley, which Dewey has the best scream in the movie. I love it so much. But he's lovable. He's incompetent. And he's the deputy for the police station. And he's played by David Arquette. Like, why does that sound familiar? Because Courtney Cox and David Arquette, they actually met on this set. They got married. They got divorced. But then you have Stu Macher, the MVP of this movie for me. But he is played by Matthew Lillard. And who is Shaggy, just so you know. In the live action Scooby-Doo, which I grew up watching. I grew up watching those movies. I still love those. And he's so chaotic in this. He's so good. And he's such a wild card that you don't know where he's going. And you have Billy Loomis, the love interest, played by Skeet Ulrich, which, quote, the girl who sits behind me in my theater class, he is so fine. But yeah, he's very okay. They got divorced in 2013. Okay, I actually thought before that. Sorry about that. But yeah, and I love him. Everyone's so good in this. And you get Tatum, who's Dewey's sister, and she's Sydney's best friend, who's played by Rose McGowan, which there's a show called Charmed. Or is it Bewitched? No, it's Charmed. Pretty sure it's Charmed. Yes, it is. It's Charmed. Where she came on and she replaced one of the characters, and my aunt does not like that. She does not like her. And every single one of them can be the killer, which is so good. Everybody has a motive. Like, and in the words of Randy, and yes, I'm getting the tapes because why not? Everyone's a suspect! Thank you for that. Thank you, VHS tapes. And no, I don't have Scream on physical media. Okay, just so you know, when I have the physical media, that's where it's going. Just so you can see the poster and like everything. I don't have it for Scream. I ain't have Scream movies. It's right there. And yes, we do have Chucky here. Why not? I got him for sale. Another minor character that I just want to shout out because he's so small in this that don't even like see him for a while, but he's memorable. Principal Himbry, played by the Fonz himself, Henry Winkler. And here's a scene where he's like walking out because he thinks like one of the kids is pulling a prank on him, and he's like, Then you see a janitor, he's like, oh, what did you say about me? Nothing, Fred. And that janitor is played by Wes Craven himself, who is dressed up like Freddy Krueger. So perfect. It's really all I have to say about that. I love the cast in this movie. I love everything. I freaking love this movie. But we can't talk about Scream without talking about Randy's Rules. And yes, this is going to be a part of the original trilogy. Like, I will talk about these all through this. Now, there are certain rules one must obey to survive a horror movie. Rule number 1, you can never have sex. It's a big no-no, big no-no. Rule number 2, you can never drink or do drugs. It's an extension of number 1. It's a sin. Rule number 3, never under any circumstances say, I'll be right back. Because you won't be back. Yes, sure. Insert Matthew Lillard there. If someone could do an edit where I actually talk to Matthew Lillard, or if I could actually talk to Matthew Lillard, I'd love that so much. And what's just so freaking great about this movie is that it breaks those rules. It breaks all 3 of those rules. Sydney has sex, and she lives. And then we have characters who know the rules, Randy, and he drinks in the movie. He drinks a beer in the movie. And we even have Stu, who's Stu technically just drinking. Maybe he survives. I don't know. I haven't seen any trailers for Scream 7. I don't know if he's back or not. I've heard the rumors. I've heard everything. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. So don't leave any comments saying, yeah, he's back or he's not back. I don't want to know. Just shut up. Politely. And the rules aren't protection. Like, you're not like, is it Scream 4 or am I thinking of something completely different? Where someone is just like, I'm gay! But he still gets killed. I think that's Scream 4. I haven't seen 4 in a while. That was never stuck with me. But they're protection. They're just like comfort food, basically. They're like, it's a popular, they're like Doritos. They're not good. They really aren't. But people cling to them because it's a comfort. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a source of protein. It's not a source of anything. Now, if somehow you're still here, even though I literally just said Drew Barrymore dies in the first 10 minutes, and that really is the biggest plot twist in the movie. One of the faults of the movie is the Ghostface reveal, which I love. I still love it. But it's just like, yeah. Let's talk about Ghostface. The mask is so iconic. Actually, they made a mask. So you saw the mask. Actually, it was one of the production designers was looking at a house or something, and she saw the mask on like a bedpost. She's like, "Oh, this is perfect." Found out where it was, and then yeah, she like took it and was like to Craven, "Hey, found the mask." The distributor of the mask and the costume didn't want to be in the movie because it's a horror movie. They didn't want their sales to plummet, which it's like a freaking 217 deal. Where, if you don't know, in The Shining, the Kubrick movie, Kubrick had to change the name of the room, the new room number from 217 from the book to 237. Because the Stanley Hotel didn't want people to be like, oh, room 217, I'm never going to stay in there being afraid of their hotel. Which then everyone kept requesting to be in room 237, even though it didn't exist. So yeah, their sales went up drastically after Scream. And same with Caller ID. That boosted after Scream. So they made their own mask that you see with Henry Winkler, and you see a couple times in the opening where the mouth is actually like more skinny and like it has more of a curvature than the actual mask. But But yeah. So, and he's really clumsy too. Like, but then, okay, sorry. They got the rights to the mask then, because they're like, it was stupid, like, we're going to make money off this. So they gave the rights to the mask. And originally it was white robes, which, that doesn't look good. If it's like a sheet that's a ghost, that's fine. But if you start having white robes, that's not good. That's not good. Your sales would probably be really bad. If it was really good, get out of there. Ugh. But he trips. He gets hit. He's not supernatural. He's not zombie Jason that frickin' teleports. Yes, you will hear me during during Friday the 13th Part 8. Jason does teleport. He's not Freddy that is in a dream world and murdering people inside a dream. He's not Michael frickin' Myers that can withstand whatever Paul Rudd injected into him, the green ooze, and still survive. Does he survive? Yeah, I guess he does. That's a theatrical cut, though. But, which makes the reveal it's so much harder. That's a real person. Well, Billy and Stu. Which, fun fact, on Prime Video, not only is the cast list, is Matthew Lillard down really freaking far, but he's labeled as Stuart. Like, imagine that would change the character so much if nothing changed, but they just all called him Stuart. Oh, that would have been so weird. But there's two killers. Moverage and revenge, movies, peer pressure. Stu's motivation basically being, direct quote, peer pressure. I'm very sensitive. And can I just say how Matthew Lillard's performance is just so unhinged. It's just so freaking good. You hit me with the phone, and my mom and dad are gonna be so mad at me. We're both improvised by Lillard. And I just love him so much. He's so good. And Billy frantically looking for Sydney is just so much fun, but so scary. Oh, you know, I know what I'm talking about. Well, let's roll a clip. Hello?
Oh, Stu. What's your motive? Billy's got one. The police are on their way. What are you gonna tell them?
Peer pressure. I'm far too sensitive.
I'm gonna rip you up, you bitch! Just like your fucking mother!
You gotta find me first, you pansy-ass mama's boy!
Fuck!
Fucking hit me with the phone, dick!
Fucker, where are you? Ah! Ah, you fuck!
Did you really call the police?
You bet your sorry ass I did.
My mom and dad are gonna be so mad.
Ah!
Alright. The ending is brutal, messy, chaotic. People keep getting back up. It's just like real life. Which is Billy's motivation. It's not. So let's talk Billy's motivation of why. So we talked about Stu's peer pressure. Also, do you notice that he kills that both of his girlfriends die in this movie? His ex Casey and Tatum. But so Billy's mother had left his father and him the year before. Or I don't know when. They don't really say when. Do they? I don't think they do. But because Sydney's mother was having an affair with his werewolf of a dad. Like, legit, look at this dude. He looks like a freaking werewolf. But then Billy's mother found out and she left. Which is why Billy killed Sydney's mother the year prior. And Sydney had committed a man named Cotton Weary, who was innocent, who was having an affair with her mother, but he didn't kill her, and he got framed by Billy. I love this so much that you can see that Stu doesn't even know this. Like, when Billy's telling Sidney this, Stu doesn't know. And it's like the, oh crap moment of him, his face, they see it. I love Matthew Lillard in this movie. He's the MVP for me. Now, let's talk kills. Because every good horror movie has good kills. Well, except for The Shining. Kills are kind of lame in that movie, not gonna lie. Okay. So there are 7 kills in the first Scream. Maybe. If Stu is alive in 7. I don't know. But 5 males, maybe. And 2 females. And again, don't leave any comments. I've stayed away from the trailers. I don't want to know if he's alive. Wait. In order of death. Why am I tuning a horn to people dying? Stephen Casey gets gutted in the cold open. Principal Himbry gets stabbed off screen. A lame end for the Fonz. Tatum gets crushed by a garage door. A kill that defies physics. Yes. So, she goes through like a cat door. Like, it's not even a full-on dog door. It's a cat door. Which, I'm sorry. Her chest would not fit through that. But anyway, she gets through. And the ghost face, here it is. Boom. She goes up. And she gets crushed. That would not work. Her weight would fall. That must have been an expensive garage door. And poor innocent Kenny, the cameraman, gets his throat slit. And I'm like, so there is an unrated version of Scream that has just a tad bit more gore. There's not really anything more. It's just gore. I actually mean the rhyme there. But one of them is that Kenny looks back at Sidney when he gets his throat slit. He's like confused. Because he's like, vroom, and that's actually one of my favorite moments because you see, so the actor who plays Randy his name is Jamie Kennedy. And so he's watching Halloween. And it's the scene where Laurie finds Annie, Linda, and Bob dead. And he's like, because Michael's behind her. And he's like, Jamie, look behind you. And right in front of him, Ghostface is walking behind him. And I love that because it's so meta. Because he's saying, Jamie, look behind you. Because he's watching Halloween. But he's also, Ghostface is behind him and his actor's name is Jamie. I love that so much. And they try to save him, but then there's a 30-second delay because there's a camera in there that Gail put there. And then there's a 30-second delay. So he opens the door and he gets throat slit by Ghostface. And as for our killers themselves, Stu and Billy, well, maybe Stu, they get stabbed by each other. And now Stu gets a phone thrown at him, which made the most damage. And a TV to the face. As for Billy, he gets stabbed in the shoulder by an umbrella. And like, right here, on chest, I guess. Neck, maybe. It's like up here. But actually, fun fact, not really for him. Nev Campbell stabbed him for real. So when you hear him get stabbed like here, you can hear him actually screaming because he actually got stabbed there. Fun. Not really. I'm not one of those people. But, okay. And he gets shot a couple times by Gail. Followed by a final headshot by Sidney. Now, let's wrap this up. At its core, Scream is how media shapes violence. These killers aren't just inspired by real life. They're inspired by the movies. The film asks, what responsibilities does the media have? But it never moralizes. It just presents the question. And the impact? It's freaking massive. Without Scream, we don't get the late 90s slasher boom. We don't get I Know What You Did Last Summer. We don't get Urban Legend. And I love Urban Legend. And we don't even get the Scream franchise itself, which, against all odds, has stayed relevant. Like, I just recently watched the 2022 movie and 6. I really like them. Well, you'll hear my whole thoughts again. It's a big question. Does Scream hold up 30 years later? No, not really. I don't really like it that much. I don't think you can tell. No, it absolutely does. It's hilarious. It's terrifying. It's smart. It's endlessly rewatchable. I must have watched this thing. Like, I bought this on Prime Video maybe October. Maybe because it's on sale for Halloween or something. I've seen it before. But it just wasn't on anything. I'm like, oh, I want to Scream on sale for $5. Yeah. I keep watching it over and over, and I can never get tired of it. During the script, I must have looped it like 28 times to get everything right and be like, okay, how do I really feel about it? Big question. What do I give? What's my ranking of Scream? Well, against what? So you can say, oh, what's a movie that's like defined as a class? Okay, it's Fight Club. Fight Club is probably my favorite movie. I give that a 10 out of 10. But I also give something like freaking Sleepaway Camp a 10 out of 10. Those are completely different movies. So I don't really rank movies. But this is just not one of my favorite horror movies. But it's my favorite. It's one of my favorite movies. Period. And it's definitely my favorite slasher movie. Because, as you'll come to learn, I don't really care for slasher movies. I like them. They're fun. But I don't really, will set out to watch them. When if there's a new Halloween movie in the theater, yeah, I'll go to it. New Friday the 13th, yeah, I'll go to it. Nightmare on Elm Street, maybe it's, I don't know. It depends if, who's at the helm. But, next week, we'll be continuing our Scream Marathon with Scream 2. And you'll hear my thoughts on the song and dance sequence in the cafeteria. Oh boy, do I hate that. So go and watch that before next week's episode. Until then, I'm Dylan, and farewell from the Colorado Lounge. Oh, BT Dubs, don't answer the phone. At least we have caller ID now. Right? That'll help. See ya.